What's happening, everyone? Ooh, Andrew, let's see here. Add the speaker. Invite the co-host. What's happening, everyone? Gary, I see you out there. Hayden, Thomas, I don't know if you come in here a lot or not, bud, but this will be a good space if you stick around. How you doing today, Andrew?
Bro, I just yo, you got to go to Jeff Molina's page right now, man. He just posted a video. It's like fucking 8 seconds long, and it's just a clip of Bruce Buffer like announcing it, and he just goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is gay." It's fucking hilarious, bro. I can't stop laughing right now.
I just seen it. At least he's being a good sport about it, bro.
That's what I said. So I just commented on it, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm glad to see you're embracing it all."
So, funny enough, just because he was on the list of people that I've DM'd not that long ago, I just sent Jeff Molina an invite before you told me that. So maybe we'll get lucky and he'll pop in since he's on Twitter.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, man. He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. I think his whole story is not that it should be a big deal. I think it's kind of BS the way it all went down for him, man. You know, people should be able to do the things they want to do on their own terms with their own life or whatever.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, and I'm sure that's a talking point for today. So I don't want to get too much into it.
yeah, it is. It is. So I'm not going to kill it too much either. Did you happen to look at the league results?
For Fanatics,
Yeah.
so I like basically forgot to make my picks, and then like I want to say, I don't know, maybe halfway through the card, I put some in, and I did terrible. I think I went like 3-3 or some shit.
Someone came in as anonymous and went 6-4 and won it, bro. We have had as a group the worst cards, like picks over the past like 3 weeks, bro. It's not even braggable when you look at that app.
So usually
It's
I am happy about my picks because I usually do pretty well, but I mean, I started betting this last weekend and I did well. So I'm like, yeah, fuck my picks. I don't even care anymore.
yeah. That's kind of what happens to me. And then I go on there and I just hammer some. I'm like, oh, this one, that one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Fuck it. Like when we first started doing it, I was going 9-2, 8-2, 6-1. Now I'm like fucking 3-3, 2-4. Yeah, whatever.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Y'all boys doing all right tonight?
Yeah, how you doing, Hayden?
What's going on, man?
Man, not much. Just getting off work, headed to the house. Glad I can actually be a speaker on this one and have a chance to talk on the mic a little bit. Most of the time, I'm just having to listen because I'm called at work.
Damn, you're just getting off right now?
Yeah, man.
Wait, are you East Coast?
Yeah, I'm East Coast.
Oh, yeah, it's fucking 10 o'clock over there, bro.
But yeah, I normally got to work some long shifts. Normally, I go in at like 6, get off at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, but a little bit later tonight.
Here's something weird and random, bro, and then I'm gonna give Gary the mic because he's got his hands up. Hayden, if you can see the moon, if you're on the eastern half of this country and you can see the moon, if you look under it, you'll see a small arch of 6 stars. You got to really look. It's 6 stars. Those are 6 planets. It's the only time in 400 years you'll be able to see that shit.
Oh shit! I appreciate that little tip. I ain't heard nothing about it or seen anything on it. I'll do that once I get to the house.
My mom called me and told me about it. I was like, the weird shit is I just took the trash out and I'm standing here looking at it, wondering what the fuck that is.
Dude, that's dope.
That'll probably be me wondering what the hell that is here in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can see 5 of them like a little belt, and then off to the west will be one that's really, really bright. I believe she told me that one's Mercury. But it's the only time in 400 years you'll be able to look up and see 6 planets in the sky and the moon or some shit like that. Gary, what you got on the mic, boy? Go ahead.
What's up, boys? No, I was just gonna say, for some reason it put me in there as anonymous, but I think I'll be good for the next contest. But I wish I would have bet like my Fanatics picks because I think I was like up $890 or something on those picks if I would have placed them.
Bro, isn't that crazy? Like, you can make your picks just by themselves, and you'll go like 9-3, 10-2, and you're like, damn, only if I would have parlayed these, I would have made money. But then the times you actually do parlay them, it's always a few that's
Yeah,
gonna fuck
yeah,
you up.
100%. I looked at that. I was like, what the hell? Why didn't I bet these?
I
Happens
don't
every
know if you boys
time.
seen the chart or not, but the fucking tape crew killed it last week. Picks, bets, props. There was fucking 20 of them that smashed, bro. I mean, maybe like 16 or something, but still, fucking group killed it last week. I was very, very upset that I didn't just fucking bet everything that was picked by the group. Even with the losers, if you would have bet every bet the tape crew had last week, even with your losers, you would have fucking killed it. You would have smashed it. A lot of dogs, and we were on a lot of them, which was nice to see. A lot of times when there's a lot of dogs winning, that's how you start catching people, guys that always take chalk. There's a guy on YouTube, the Guru. He kills it in views. Nice guy, good personality, good talker, but he takes chalk. That's what he does. He just talks chalk up
Hey,
nonstop.
nothing wrong with taking chalk, bro. I
No,
took
not at all.
I took the Holly home over, and it was like minus 275. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Same here, baby. Yo, what's good,
Let's
Joe,
go.
Andrew,
Let's
Gary,
go.
Aiden? What's good, guys?
What's going on, man?
Zaza, what's happening, bud?
What's going on, man?
Yo, I definitely slammed that over for sure with you.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
and it fucking scared the shit out of me too. Holly's fucking turning the clock back 6 years. I'm like, yo, now you want to fucking fight like this? I thought Yana was toast at the end of the second round.
He was like, ah.
I'm sitting there fucking sweating. I'm like, don't you fucking stop this fight. Do not fucking stop this fight. And then they got to the third, and I'm like, all right, so we're still alive. We'll see, though.
I had CJ in the second, bro. You think you were on your seat for
Oh,
Holly? I had CJ in the second. What the fuck?
Oh, Jesus,
yo, he
bro.
was running around the cage.
Yeah. He literally started running. I'm like, run, bitch. Run.
Was it Gary that took him knockout in second round?
I just had second round straight.
Yeah,
I,
because I remember someone called it, and I remember watching the fight. And obviously, in the first round, I'm sitting there going, ooh, yeah, got that one wrong. And then you go into the second round, and I'm like, wow, whoever won that bet, they are probably just shitting bricks right now, man.
Yo, what was the
yeah,
odds?
bro. I had him parlayed, fight to go the distance. No. I had CJ parlayed to win, and I had round 3 to start. No. All in different parlays, but I was fucking shitting when he's running around the cage. I'm like, just make it to the next round and beat him or something, bro. It was a moment. My buddies were laughing and shit.
Every time he stopped and like traded with him, I was like, no, keep running, keep running.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to review this card. It'll only take a few minutes. We'll hit the roster watch. And then I actually got a nice little lineup of topics that'll go full circle tonight. I think it'll make for a good space for anybody who sticks around or jumps in. So 10 fights ended up going off. 6 went the distance, 1 KO, 2 submissions, 3 total finishes, 3 unanimous decisions, 3 split decisions, 5 favorites won, 3 dogs won. 2 fights went off at even money. I mean, there is technically a dog there, but when they're both minus money, I just call it even money. Favorites advanced to 5-5 in main events for the year in the UFC. Salaries were estimated to be as low as 1.4 million, but as high as 2 million. Donald Cerrone is to be enshrined in the UFC Hall of Fame, modern wing. To this point, this year's inductees will be Jens Pulver, Jose Aldo, Anderson Silva, and now Donald Cowboy Cerrone. The big winner of the night was Marlon Vera, was Holly Holm. Some reports have her as high as $500,000 on the night. Some reports have her as low as $261,000. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and recite off all the salaries. Some other salaries, though, that were mentioned were that ring girl salaries for the night were somewhere between $1,000 and $5,000. So I assume that different girls make different pay grades. Referee salaries were between $700 and $2,500 for the event. And the ring announcer salary was estimated to be about $50,000 on the night. How the fuck that works, I have no idea. Whatever. I guess so. Corey Sandhagen defeated Marlon Vera by split decision. Cheeto got robbed. That shit was he took 3-4-5. I'm just trolling, guys. I'm just fucking around. But he did take 3-4-5. Corey called out Marab. So I just seen that Marab's next fight is likely going to be Umar Nurmagomedov in July. So that kind of kills that talk. Corey was a favorite and won. Holly Holm defeated Talia Santos by unanimous decision. She went off as the favorite. Nate,
Tyler Santos. Whoa, whoa.
what'd I say? What'd I say?
Not
Oh,
Tyler
I'm so
Santos.
sorry. Yana Santos. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Beat Yana Santos, Yana Kunitskaya. Holly was the betting favorite. She was already ranked number 3. She's already beat Raquel twice, who is number 2. So it looks like she should get Juliana or have a legitimate gripe that she should get a title shot. I think this is her final run of fights. I just by the interviews I heard lately, I think Holly wants to get the belt and retire. I think that she just wants that to be her story. Nate Limware beat Austin Lingo by submission, rear naked choke, 4 minutes 11 seconds into round 2. Nate took home $50,000. I personally think he could get a top 15 shot. I think there's a few guys in the top 15 he could fight. Dan Ige, Alex Casera. I don't know if Edson Barbosa is actually still fighting, but he's fucking ranked. I think he could get fights at all those. I think Nate looked good enough to get a top 15 shot. There's no real meritocracy down below the top 15. Macy Barber defeated Andrea Lee. I was on Macy Barber. I don't know how you guys felt. The space cashed 5 out of 6 checks, but Andrea Lee got fucked. I don't care what anybody says. Andrea Lee got fucked.
Bro, when I was watching that fight, people wanted to point to the striking numbers. Bro, I swear I watched a whole 1 minute scenario where all that happened was Macy Barber getting taken down and they added 10 strikes to her shit. Like, it was the most nuts stuff I've seen. I thought Lee won it, and I had a lot of money on Barber for parlays.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I cashed on her, so I'm not complaining, but there's no fucking way Macy Barber won that. I don't know. Maybe, I guess. Me and Andrew both struck out on Chitty. He was Darav. Is that how you say it? Darave?
Derive.
Daraev. Man, he was a good dog cash for anybody that was on him. I just didn't see it coming. Another dog cashed. Daniel Panetta beat Tucker Lentz by guillotine 2 minutes 50 seconds into the second round. I was sweating on that one. I had the over 1.5 in a parlay. And I was sweating motherfucking bullets. When I seen it go in, I didn't know what the clock was at the time. So I was trying to figure shit out in my head real fast. Dead Pick smashed it on that one. Inside the distance, picked him and bet him. Lucas Alexander defeated Steven Peterson by unanimous decision. He outlanded Peterson 85-26. Each guy only landed one strike that wasn't a significant strike. I found that pretty cool when I looked at the stats. Alexander landed 20 of 27 to the legs and 20 of 27 to the body and 22 of 23 to the legs. Someone should teach Steven Peterson how to check a fucking kick, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that'd be a big focus in the next camp. Big fucking point focus there. Andrew and Will hit on Trevin Giles. He defeated Preston Parsons by split decision. Yeah, I didn't really write anything up on that fight. I kind of ate through that fight. Looked up, looked down. Didn't miss much. CJ Vergara and Daniel De Silva got fight of the night, $50,000 each. CJ lost in the first round, in case you missed it, and then got to fight and won in the second round after he ran. Here's my problem: Silva hasn't won a UFC fight yet. He got fight of the night. Who wants to bet me that they'll give him another fight? Because they will, because he got fight of the night this time. And then he'll be 0-5 in the UFC, and people will be talking about how trash the UFC is, rightfully so, but I see it coming. Rhino wasted his breath taping wasted his time taping Manuel Torres and Trey Ogden. Feel bad for him on that one. Shout out to Dead Picks and me for killing good air on Manuel Cape and Alex Perez. Victor Altamirano beat Vinius Salvador by unanimous decision. Lots of guys got that fight wrong. Trace killed it, called the decision, called Altamirano. He did a great job. He taped it. He did the tape for the group. Hardly no one else was on Altamirano at all that I can remember. I think Marin was, and I don't remember anybody else actually being on him. Trace, because he will be bases.
You're cutting out, bro. You
Me?
cut out.
What's that?
You cut out.
How long did I cut out for?
A minute.
Well, I just said big ups to Trace for calling the Altamirano fight because no one else really did. And then me, Gary, and Will all wasted our fucking breath talking about or watching tape on Haley Cowan and Tamira's Vidal. Fuck that fight. Fuck Haley Cowan. That's the second time I've talked about her and she didn't fight. We're skipping her ass next time. I assure you, we are skipping her ass next time.
Hey, this one wasn't her fault, though.
I don't care. We're fucking skipping her. I don't care. It's a Tony Ferguson thing. It's just fucking destined now. You're not worth talking about because the fight's not going off. Leonardo Santos only had like one fight in the UFC years ago, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago, something crazy like that. And then Paulo Costa got a new contract. He is now the highest paid Brazilian athlete in the UFC. So the new round of
No
contracts is
way.
up. Yeah. So the
What?
new round of the new round of contracts is up. So everybody that gets a new contract this year, that is a name you're going to hear say, I'm the highest paid Brazilian. I'm the highest paid Russian. It's like when the NFL redoes the salary cap. The first quarterback that gets a new Matthew Stafford was the highest paid quarterback in the NFL for half a season one time. So like it's just the way it works. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's just the new echelons of contracts. They offered Francis a big one. John got a big one. He's saying he got one. Everybody that's getting contracts are talking about how big they are. So, yeah, I just don't think much of it. Short of that, couple roster watch. The Chiesa fight is off. And he is turning down fights, so I don't think he's fighting. Junior Tafa is gonna fight Mohammed Usman. Okay. Junior Tafa all fucking day. Junior Tafa all fucking day, if you guys know who he is. Renato Moicano will fight Armin Sarukian. April 29th on the same card that Haley Cowan will fight Jamie Lynn Horth. I'm not even fucking acknowledging it. May 6th, Gary Machado, or Ian Machado Gary, however it's printed, is fighting Daniel Rodriguez. I didn't fucking see that fight coming. Like, I'm really excited about it. I would have never sat in this space and made that fight. I'm really fucking excited about that one.
I'm
Claudio,
curious to see what that line's going to be.
yeah, me too. I mean, you think Gary's going to be a favorite?
Yeah,
Yeah, me too. Me too.
but I mean, he was like a 6-1 favorite against Kanan. I would imagine like 2.5 maybe.
I don't think it should be that much. I think D-Rock could sleep his ass.
Gary, what do you think? What do you think the line will open at? No, he's not there.
No, he's eating a sandwich.
I think my guess is like minus 200. That'd be my guess.
I could see minus 200. Minus 175 was probably. I bet it goes off way closer to even money. I'll bet you it goes off way closer to even fucking money.
Oh, you mean after the line drops?
Yeah,
You think everyone's putting their money on D-Rod?
If it's a good line like that, yeah, I think if people are getting them at plus 175, you're going to hear the word value. When you start looking up striking stats, bro, D-Rod holds records. That dude fucking has hands, bro. He's got hands. 17-3 in MMA, 7-2 in the UFC is not a fucking mistake. That dude's got hands, bro. Ugly Man Joe Holmes will fight Claudio Ribeiro on May 6th, same card. Then June 3rd, Jin Yun Fry will fight Elise Reed. I'm not talking about it. We're not fucking talking about that fight in the group either, bro. If people start talking about that fight, I'm clowning.
Wait, what fight?
Elise Reed versus Jin Yun Fry.
Jin Yu Fry and Elise Reed?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, this is going to be the fucking Haley Cowan fight all over.
Yeah, you know I'm going to tape it deep.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. That's the point right there. Son of a bitch, bro. Same card, Brandon Allen versus Jack Hermanson. I'm big on Brandon Allen, man. Jack Hermanson is a good name, but I favor Brandon. I'm excited. I'm excited about that fight. David Onama will fight Cushion Ashkabov. I think I said that one right. On that same card, June 3rd. Only a couple more of these. June 17th. Oh, I don't know. Alessandro Costa will fight Jimmy Flick. June 24th, Tatsura Taira will fight Cledson Rodriguez. I don't usually do too much upcoming fights on other ones, but just some shout out Game Bread Boxing 4. Roy Jones Jr. versus Anthony Pettis, Vitor Belfort versus Jacare Sosa, Jose Aldo versus Jeremy Stevens, Pearl Gonzalez versus Gina Minzani, Marcus Perez versus Joe Riggs. I'm fucking watching Game Bread Boxing 4. I don't
You're
care.
insane.
Bro, I'm watching it. It's probably going to be on fucking Fight Pass. It'll be like $12 on something. I'm watching that shit.
Man.
Old ass Roy Jones Jr. about to beat up Anthony Pettis. BKFC 41. They're definitely, listen, BKFC, I want to be clear. They are definitely not trying to ride the UFC's coattails. They just, 4 fights announced on BKFC 41. Mike Perry versus Luke Rockhold. Eddie Alvarez versus Chan Mendez. Beck Rawlings versus Christina Fiera. And Ben Rothwell versus Josh Watson. Definitely trying to build their own brand, like they said, and not use other people's platforms and stars to make their company, just like they said. Dirt sheets. I took down one set of rumors. Leon said he won't fight Kobe. Dana says he makes fights, not DC. And Jorge says he's got inside info. If he beats Gilbert, he gets the title shot. Jorge does not deserve a title shot, but Henderson got one on Michael Bisping. So, like, history tells me Jorge's getting a title shot. I think he's number 13 right now or some shit. I'm so disappointed in it. So disappointed in it. Bilal should be getting the title shot. I'm not even being a mark. Like, all I'm saying is there's guys that aren't Colby, that aren't coming off a bunch of losses for the belt, and aren't Jorge Masvidal, that definitely deserve a fucking shot. Way more than them guys. But the UFC is not about meritocracy. We all know that. So it's okay. Fuck it. I don't even know what else to say besides fuck it. I'm super irritated by it. I don't want to see either one of them fights. Maybe you guys do. I guess the Kobe fight could be fun. Maybe. But whatever. Super irritated about it. That's it. Anybody else got any rumors? Nothing. Crickets. Andrew, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm good.
All right. I'm gonna roll a fatty, and I'm gonna try to kick
I beat.
off. I'm gonna try to kick off a series of topics here and see if we get anywhere on them. So, in all honesty, no judgment, man. How does everybody feel about Jeff Molina? I would like to start out by saying I don't care. Doesn't bother me. He doesn't have to say that he's bisexual. If he is, that's fine. But he doesn't have to say that to appease a guy like me. It won't affect me when I watch him fight. It won't affect how I view him at the press conferences. If I meet him, I I don't give a flying fuck, but a lot of people seem to. I mean, there's a lot of support when you look for it, which is really cool, but a lot of people seem to have a problem or have something to say. I don't even want to say a problem. A lot of people just seem to have something to say. You got anything on this, Andrew?
I mean, I'm cool. Like, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, I listened to his interview with Ariel, and yeah, man, it's sad that this is a thing. It's sad that we're talking about this because it doesn't fucking matter. I mean, obviously everyone's entitled to their opinion, and maybe some people are against that, but who cares? You know what I mean? It's no different than you telling me that you like fucking mild sauce as opposed to hot sauce. It's your fucking preference. I don't care, bro. It is what it is. I feel bad for him. You know, this shouldn't even be talked about. This is his personal life, and it gets put out online, and it's unfortunate. I mean, I could tell in that interview he was extremely uncomfortable, rightfully so. It's fucking weird to be in the spotlight for something like that. But he's taking it like a champ. He's embracing it well. I said it when the space started. He posted this really funny thing with Bruce Buffer. You guys should go check it out. It's funny. Um, I do think, in some sense, this could potentially be a blessing in disguise because now he's going to be the face. You know, anyone who becomes a first something in professional sports is always a big deal, and for him to be the first openly fighter, to like gay fighter or bisexual fighter to do it, that's a big deal. You know what I mean? A lot of people are going to look up to him, and I think he's going to gain a lot of fans, and I think he's actually going to be able to reach out and help a lot of people who now feel comfortable. You know what I mean? So I think it will eventually turn into a good thing, but yeah, it's obviously just extremely unfortunate on those circumstances and how it was like totally out of his control. But good on him for taking it well, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, so I remembered when he beat Zagas and people questioned him about wearing pride shorts. And I kind of knew then. I kind of read his demeanor about it, and I seen that, especially if you go back and watch it now, it's easy for me to say it, but it was almost like he thought about just fuck it. Yeah, I'm going to say it. And then he got really defensive. Um, Offensively defensive. Like he started defensively attacking. Um, so like those were signs to me that he had wore those shorts because he wanted to start making a statement, and whatever, it didn't matter to me. But I did remember it because I did remember the post fight presser for whatever reason. I just remembered the questions being asked to him. And then I seen the Ariel interview where he talked about he's bisexual, not gay, which he wanted to clarify, which more power to him. It doesn't matter to me either way. I'm sure to him it does, just because he doesn't want women to think that he's not interested in them or for whatever reasons. The the thing that is kind of kills me is that, like, it's no big deal that Amanda Nunes, Nina Nunes, Raquel Pennington, Jessica Aguilera, Tanya Evinger, Tisha Torres, Livia Sosa, all open lesbians. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck. It's not. It's not talked about. Amanda Nunes didn't have to do interviews about it. She didn't have to address it to the public. I seen that Jeff said that he got to um, tell his parents last year on his own terms, which I thought was really cool. And at least to some degree, he had control over some. You know what I mean? Like, to some degree, he had control, at least with the people in his immediate family, and how they found out. But I guess I shouldn't say I guess I thought that was cool. I guess I was just glad to hear that he had at least got to tell some of the closer people in his life. Gary, what do you got?
Yeah, I think I mostly agree with everything. And like I actually like Jeff as a fighter too. And I think back when he was going through those interviews, that was to a lot of people that was definitely like a sign. But as far as like the like Amanda Nunez or like lesbians as opposed to gay men, I think a lot of that has to do with MMA being like predominantly the fans are predominantly male, right? So there's like a natural, I guess, homophobic, sort of like a locker room, right? Like a locker room feel. There's like a natural homophobic uh, aura going on, basically. Whereas like lesbians, it's like we just aren't even thinking about them. Whereas if it was more like 50-50 women and men, I think that would be at least lessened a little bit, but I think unfortunately in society, like that's how our society is too. I think lesbians have a little bit easier of a rap than gay guys.
I think in the public eye they do, but I think in the public setting that may not be so true for some of the ones that are, like the term that is used, butch, or whatever term you've heard that rationalizes what I'm trying to say. But I think sometimes they catch a little bit of shit, but I don't know. I just feel like it's 2023 and it shouldn't be a big deal. So the only reason I brought this up was I wanted to lead into another topic, which is Ramzan Kadyrov and his involvement in MMA. A lot of people know who he is, but a lot of people don't. He's basically the Chechen dictator. He uses MMA to sports wash. Sports washing is like when you use sports to build your image in the public eye. Like horrible human rights in Chechnya, horrible living conditions for some. But he's a celebrity. He runs a military of people. Though he owns a gym. It's called Akhmat Gym, and it's sponsored by the Chechen government. It pays for fighters' travels, their expenses, their eating expenses, training fees, medical issues. And some of them go on to represent them in the UFC or other organizations, but some of them go on to become ranking officers in the Chechen military. Some of them go on to become his personal guards. Some of them go on to become part of his private militia. Um, yeah, and it seems like, okay, how big, how bad could it be? But like the list of fighters that have been associated with him it's deep. Roslin Magnomedov, Abdul Evolov, Magnomed Bitolov, Magnomed Ankalaev, Hamzat Chimaev, Frankie Edgar. Fabricio Verdun was an ambassador for his gym. He's been affiliated with Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Years ago, Fedor Emelianenko criticized an ASMAT fighting championship or AC, I forget what they call it, whatever they call it. But he criticized one of their events, saying that it wasn't top notch. A week later, Fedor Emelianenko's 16-year-old daughter was bludgeoned at the roadside on her way to school and hospitalized. He's like a real piece of shit. Ali Abdelaziz has taken Usman, Cejudo, Gaethje over there. They've taken pictures blowing off guns in his facility. Like he makes friends of these people. He's deeply rooted in MMA. So Dagestan and Chechnya have problems. I once read that Khabib's father helped to keep the peace between Chechnya and Dagestan. And after uh, Manat died, there was a problem with a Dagestan leader being blamed for the slaughter of some people. So Kadyrov took to social media, and that's when he was saying that Habib wasn't a true Russian and he was a product of the UFC, and that's why he didn't carry a flag to the octagon. And like he started attacking Dagestan fighters. He uses MMA as a political vice. He's very, very good at it. And the reason I bring him up is because we were just talking about Jeff Molina. Kadyrov has been charged with crimes against humanity. His personal militia for training drills, they round up gay men so that they can beat and torture them. Some of them are killed. Some of them are tortured over long periods of time. And this is like regular practice. Yeah. Kadyrov was once asked about this in an interview. And what he said was, I knew I would be asked this. This question is nonsense. We don't have any gays. If we do, send them to Canada. So you have a group of fighters that are loyal to him, that need to impress him, that he has some real control over, and he hates gays. So what happens when one of his fighters lose to Jeff Molina, for example? And you might say, oh, how bad could it get? Well, if you know who Adolaf is, Adolaf was a UFC fighter. He fought a few fights in the UFC, had some promise. He left the UFC to become like the chief of staff, if I recall, for Kadyrov and started training Kadyrov's children. He took a leave of absence last year. I reported on it. And Chimaev started training Kadyrov's children. Um, it is now being reported that he had Avalov executed. So, like, I don't know, man. Maybe it seems like a stretch to some, but I see a problem where a sport will be able to be used in a very malicious way for very hateful things. I don't see how a guy like Jeff Molina could be safe in certain areas on cards against guys who train at that gym. Um, I just, I don't know. I see it as a bigger problem, and nobody really seems to give a shit about this guy's reach in the sports, and it just goes on and fucking on. Um, Whatever, man. I'm an enthusiast, so maybe I overthink it, but it is what it is. Hayden, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say you brought up a really good point, and that's not a new thing. You know, those thoughts and the ways that ideology over there in Russia. Obviously, you know, we all know and realize they've always kind of thought that way. Hopefully, it changes soon, but I don't know. Like you said, kind of worry about him being on certain cards and then with certain fighters, you know.
Well, yeah, and then I look at other things. So, like, I don't see necessarily where I think the Dagestan fighters would have an issue with it, right? But if a Dagestan fighter were to lose to Jeff Molina, then I see how Kadyrov would begin to manipulate through socials, and I don't know. It's just it's a MMA. They in the UFC have definitely spun. Man, it's huge and it's so entangled everywhere. Like issues like this are not even. I don't even know how you would possibly address or correct this issue. I don't even know how it's possible. Like, I know they've begun to restrict flags and things like that, and some fighters are mad, but like, at some point, you do have to take a stand, even as a company. Like, even if it's a silent stand. Like, fuck, I don't know. Maybe I overread the situation, but I see it as a real issue there. You got anything on this one before I move on, Andrew?
I do not, my friend.
That's all right. I don't expect anybody to have too much tonight. I did some write ups, and I pretty much just expect to tell them over the next hour or so here, and any input I can get back. It's just bonus. So that leads me to Russian fighters. Has anybody in here watched Icarus? Please tell me someone in here has watched Icarus. Hayden, I
Yeah,
fucking
yes, I have, and I've been screaming about that documentary. And as far as like USADA testing, and as far as Russian fighters being tested, simply because of that documentary, I've begged so many people to go watch that, and I don't think that they've done it.
Me too. I know Trace, one of the co-hosts for the space, has, but for the guys in here still listening, it's basically a documentary that shows you that Russia, even at the government level, helped cheat anabolic steroids, the Olympics. I'm sure you guys can put it together without me getting too deep into it. But it absolutely proves that the Russian government at that level will cheat even in the Olympics. So the reason I bring that up is, has anybody seen the there are two videos. One is 40 minutes and one is like 30 minutes. So the videos about Daniel Cormier's leaked test results. Hayden, go ahead. Before I do that, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say about the Icarus thing. Uh, the blood doping stuff, none of that is new. I mean, that the guy in the documentary, the scientist guy, they've been doing that, since the early '90s for the Olympics. So it's something that they've perfected for sure and been doing a really long time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So um let me scroll to my section here. So I did actually do notes. I didn't do full write-ups, but I did notes here. So um anyways, sorry, that kind of threw me off. So Icarus absolutely proves that Russians cheat. Has anybody heard about Daniel Cormier's leaked test results prior to UFC 182? If you look them up, there are a set of test results that were released for the post fight, and they're on MMAfighting.com. And you can see them. They're by a certain company in a certain county. Well, that county makes all of their records public after a certain amount of time. And a month before UFC 182, DC had a testosterone level of 7,000. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but that's fucking impossible without steroids. It is absolutely fucking impossible. Even with steroids, it's almost impossible. That's like taking pure suspension testosterone, and then going to piss in a cup or give blood while it's spiking in your system. But I bring that up because DC trained at AKA. Javier Mendez runs AKA. Do any of you guys know who Haney Rambat is? I don't expect you to. Um, He is arguably the most successful bodybuilding prep coach in world history. He has turned out more Mr. Olympians than anybody else. He owns Evogen, Evogen, Evogen Nutritions, or Evogen supplements. A bodybuilding prep coach, there's another word for that, and it's called a dope coach or a drug coach. And they are the guys who help bodybuilders get clean before in competition testing. So I don't know if you guys have ever talked to any pro bodybuilders, but I actually have. I actually had one that came to my work for years, and I talked to him about all types of stuff. And they're very open about their steroid use, and they're very open about how the fact that they have to get certain stuff out of their systems so that they can pass testing for certain competitions, and they get coaches for this. Well, if you're Mr. fucking Olympia, um, you would hire Hanny Rambod. That's who you would hire. Um, he is seemingly best friends, but at least the personal nutrition coach of Javier Mendez. If you go look up Javier Mendez on Google and you just start looking through images of him, at least 1 in 10 of them he will have an Evogen t-shirt on. He is deeply, deeply, deeply committed or entrenched into whatever Evogen does. And that's Hanny Rambot's company. So then you start to look for Hanny Rambot when you recognize him. Um, he's taking pictures with Javier and Habib, Javier and Islam, Javier and DC, Javier, and the list goes on and on and on and on. Hanny is actually the nutrition coach, aka. Go ahead, Gary.
Yeah, that's all like really good information. I've never heard it before. But it doesn't really like surprise me because I don't know. I mean, I've had quite a few friends that play like college football, for example, like not at like big D1 schools, but like MAC level. It's rampant there. I know multiple stories of like guys that didn't quite make it a deep, like Chris Ivory is one of them. Like this dude went to Washington and then like went to Division II Tiffin, right? And then spends a year there and all of a sudden is just like stacked to the nines going to the league. Um, so I'm of the opinion that more athletes than not at the pro level are on something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be strength related. Like with Dillashaw, where it's a cardio thing just as much as it is like a muscle maintenance thing. Um, but then also like I don't think people realize in America that a good portion of the world steroids are like legal and like a way that people actually like solve medical problems, right? So it has like a way different stigma across the world than
Oh,
it
and
does
I've
in America.
cycled. So if I could get a real doctor to monitor and prescribe it, I would cycle every year as long as my body could take it, which it probably
Yep.
can't anymore. But like, man, there's people can say what they want, but those are medications. They're cancer medications. Like the shit isn't designed to be an anabolic steroid. It's designed for something else, and then they'll figure out, oh shit, it has anabolic properties here. Oh shit, it has anabolic properties here. And like other people who want to take anabolic steroids will pursue them. Most people don't realize all the steroid does is make your body heal. It helps you synthesize protein so that your body can heal. When you're on steroids, you can go to the gym. So I used to go to the gym, this is no lie, and I did 3,000 reps. That was a workout for me. And then I went into the ab room and I did 1,500 reps. They had like 30 machines and then like 7 or 8 machines in the ab room, and I would just count out 50 or 100 on each machine, and I would hit them hard. Like people used to fucking approach me and ask me what I was training for, but I would go do this. And then I could do it again the next day because the steroids helped my body heal, because I drank tons of protein and ate chicken and did everything I was supposed to do. I was able to go do it again and again and again and again. So like, they don't, like certain ones, human growth hormone will just make your body do real fucked up things, like it'll make everything in your body grow, even cancers or any other problem that you have. But like some of them are not horrible drugs, but like you just said, Gary, they're just not legal here. Hayden, I seen you had your hand up, but go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, as far as steroid use and things like that, IVs. I can speak personally from football. I've been around it my whole life. Dad's a coach, worked at the college level. I did for 5 years. By far, they are getting those guys anything they need to get the job done, especially if it's a key player. If they're hurt, whether it be a Toradol shot, extra rehab, and they have access to damn near anything that they want. So 100%, it's happening in other sports, but like you said, it's not legal over here. But that's also why we don't know what it can be used, what all could be used for, and also more benefits.
Yeah, and so like it's the other thing I was going to touch on is this. So like Hani is from Kuwait. Kuwait is has had strong pro-Soviet ties. So like it's just a country that's very Soviet-like in mentality. And call me crazy, I'm a guy who tries to see the world for what it is and understand that people have life plans and everybody's just as smart as you are. Everybody can plan something out or figure something out. Javier Mendez's gym was handpicked by Abdul Manap. Handpicked for his son and his star pupil to fly across the world and go train at. This is a gym who has a Kuwaiti bodybuilding prep coach, steroid coach. I mean, he's just fucking steroid coach. You won't find anybody in that community. Like when you look him up online, he portrays a positive image. But like when you look up videos, anybody in the business, any videos about bodybuilding, Handy Ramat is known as a steroid coach. So it is what it is. He also knows that there are 300 anabolic um, I don't supplements or anabolic enhancing compounds. Compound is the word, right? USADA tests for 200 of them. TJ Dillashaw was able to get away with EPO because it costs as much to test for EPO as it does the whole other 200 that they test for on a regular. Guys like Haney Rambot know the other 99. They know it's a science, man. And these guys, he is deep. He is a deep part of AKA. The top Russian fighters were sent specifically from Russia to AKA. Like, I'm not saying they're the only ones doing it, but I'm saying like, just you could fucking look at this situation and say, all right, man, this is pretty reasonable that there's doping going on out of that gym. Maybe not the gym supplying it, but there's got to be a culture in some way of that shit over there. Gary, go ahead.
Yeah, and like supplying it type thing, like it's really not hard to get as well. But on the topic of like them not testing for everything, that's the thing too. Is like there's things you would never know, even like watching them perform, right? Like one thing that I think is like fairly popular for like losing weight among like steroid users is clenbuterol. And so like in Europe, it's actually can cure asthma, clenbuterol. It doubles the air volume in your lungs over the course of like a month of use. And it's some intense shit. Like it's no joke when you're on it.
Oh, I've
Um,
used it. I know.
yeah, you literally feel. Then you can say like you literally feel like you're in the way I described it, a simulator for Parkinson's disorder. Like you're shaking uncontrollably. But point being, like stuff like that, I don't know for a fact if they test for that specifically, but like, let's say they don't, you're getting more reps in the gym, you're getting more laps around, on the treadmill, and then come fight time, you're sure as hell going a lot longer. You're fitting more air in your lungs, so it's like
Well,
stuff
and
like
Glenn
that
is
you
something
never
like
notice.
that's a great example because your body breaks it down. You have to stack it up and stack it down, right? So, like, you have to, when you take it, you take a small amount on the first day, double it on the second day, triple it on the third day, quadruple it on the fourth day, and you stack all the way up like that. Maybe you do it every other day, and then you have to come back off of it that way too, right? Because you're basically raising your body's metabolism. There's if clenbuterol can be found because it's popular, there definitely has to be things that do the same thing. And like you're saying, bro, like you want to talk about, like, so I did steroids, and when you do them and people people figure it out, or people that know, you just, people who do things meet people who do the same thing, similar interest, right? So like I remember some guys that were heavier coming to me and asking me about clenbuterol, and I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not like a coach or nothing, but like here's everything I know about it. Um, and like them guys didn't just cut the weight. Them dudes cut the weight and got fucking jacked at the same time. Like a lot of times you see guys lose weight and then they get all shredded and jacked. It was simultaneous, bro. These guys were doing clean, coming off clean, doing a very low round of like test and maybe just like D-ball, and then they would clear off, and then they just go back on the clean and the D-ball, and these guys were fucking jacked. So it's, man, I don't know, when Khabib's cardio, it could be real, um, but I don't think anybody in here that has been involved in athletics in their life would be comfortable in saying that they would bet their house on his cardio being 100% natural. Because I sure the fuck wouldn't. Would you? Any of you? Yeah. There's no fucking way.
I probably at the house. He was definitely doing something to manipulate it.
Something, bro. It's got to be something. And when, you can just trace it back, man. I'm not some big conspiracy guy. I'm just a guy who loves my sport. So, like, and I love sports, bro. I watched Icarus, and then I'm like, all right, I wasn't in some big fucking conspiracy for the UFC to have guys on juice, and like I didn't give a shit about any of that. But later on, I watched a video about Daniel Cormier being on steroids, or the possibility of him being on steroids, and the implications of his gym being related to steroid coaches, and just kind of put it together. Like I'm saying, this wasn't some hunt where I was like, I'm gonna go figure this out. This is, I seen this shit 6 months apart and was like, wait a minute, hold on, let me go and just put it all together. So I don't know. It just seems like it's fucking obvious. Hayden, go ahead.
Man, 100% is obvious. And especially since they was literally doing it to the Olympic wrestlers. I mean, that should already let people know that, they're close to the MMA community. And even though they was given to the Olympic wrestlers back then, what do you think they're giving all of their guys now? The majority of the time they're representing them over here. And I was the same way. It's not like I went on, some huge witch hunt to figure this out. I literally did the same. I watched Icarus maybe 6 months before I started even thinking about it and putting it together in UFC. And literally just over time, I could point out, just different times where I thought, or, just basically make different connections between the two.
That's me, bro. I'm not out here trying to be some investigative reporter putting together these huge topics to impress you guys. Like, we got a week off, and I'm like, bro, this is the shit I work on. And I've brought a lot of this up. Like, I reported on this like as a little segment months ago, and then it kind of came back up, and there's a little more info. Um, and then like when we're talking about Kadyrov, it easily transitions over because Russian fighters. And then from there, I'm actually going to transition. I got another thing I think will make for a decent topic. Um, Talking about cheating. Uh, Man, so I'm a purist. I don't want to think or believe that the UFC is fixing fights. I don't. I'm just going to put it out there. I'll go hard bat. I was a everyday in Man of the Library spaces when Library went full narrative, full script. That's why we're here. I literally messaged a couple guys, Marin and Dirty, that used to go into his spaces all the time with me. And I used to see them in there, and they were good speakers. And I was like, we should start a space not on that shit. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. So that's literally why we're here. So, like, I'm not a guy. So I'm a guy who doesn't want to believe that. And I'm not a guy that's going to point my fingers and say, shit is rigged, shit is rigged, shit is rigged. But I love to brag and say that in our first couple spaces, I told everybody because it was a topic. The rigs were a topic. So I told everybody MMA is not fixed, but if you want to know where the rig is, just follow James Krause. Um, it's not real deniable that James Krause was involved with fixing fights or manipulating bets. Manipulating bets is still rigging fights. May not, it's still rigging fights. Minner's been suspended. Jeff Molina, who we spoke about earlier, is suspended, but recently confirmed that he's still on the roster and he's still tested by USADA. But Minner was released. Krause is suspended. There's still an investigation going on. I I find it hard to believe that they're not going to find any wrongdoings. I can give you guys the story in 120 seconds. On April 8th, James Krause started a Discord channel called The 1%, where he gave picks for a fee. On August 1st, James appeared on Ariel Helwani's show and openly spoke about the channel. He had jewelry on and talked about how he made more money on betting fights than he does coaching fights, and basically just missed the idea that a coach could even survive on a coach's salary and said it's no money, there's nothing in it. By October, the UFC acknowledged the situation and banned gambling by fighters and anybody affiliated with them. In November, Minner fought, got suspended, and then released. Krause got suspended immediately. Um, it was said that Krause went onto a channel and promoted a line to get it to move, and then he bet it the other way because he knew the outcome and told the people on his Discord to bet it the other way. By December, even New Jersey, Ontario, and I believe Nevada had all suspended betting on James Krause fighting. Ontario had suspended it on all of UFC fighting. Krause talked about selling his gym for his fighters. Krause's Fighting Alliance Championship was canceled from Fight Pass. Then FAC made a statement saying that they were disassociated with James and he was no longer affiliated with them. Um, yeah, James Krause in some way or another fixed fights. Um, there's no way it's not going on anywhere else. Uh, I still believe that the UFC there's nothing in it for them to fix fights. There's nothing in it for them at the high level. Um, they're they're a $10 billion company. They really there's just fucking nothing in it for them. They don't need a certain guy to win. Conor McGregor is proof of that. The man fucking loses and sets records on pay-per-views. Like, he is proof they don't need anybody to win to sell their product. Zaza, go ahead.
I just wanted to add, James Cross was actually pretty good at picking fights before that incident. I tailed a few of his picks, and he was pretty legit. Not gonna lie.
Oh, when he was on Best Fight Picks or whatever it was called.
I wish I knew that Jim Miller one. I would have threw the house on that too, though. I wish.
That's hysterical, bro. That's hysterical. He said
Did
I'd have threw the house on it.
Did you see the numbers? I think
No,
I forget what the numbers was. Like, I just know overnight, like it was just it went from like a minus to like plus 200 or some crazy shit like that.
no shit. Yeah, I didn't catch that one. I don't know, man. I just feel like, and I've said this before, so just think of every Las Vegas movie you've ever seen. And Andrew's from Las Vegas, so at the end of this, he can tell me I'm crazy or yeah, that's realistic. But I don't like to believe that the fights are fixed from the UFC to the bookies. But the bookies are the bookies, right? So a guy lands in Vegas, they don't want him to win. His luggage, we don't know what happened to it. We'll get it to your hotel. Oh, here's all your luggage. Oh, your weight cutting gear's not in there. There must be one more suitcase. We'll find it for you right away. Weight cutting gear shows up late. Every time they order food, it's wrong. Every time they need hot water, it's cold. Like, I believe that there are definitely guys that will fuck with a fighter and have it in with everybody they meet on the way in Vegas. Like, there's definitely got to be a guy who knows the bellhop, who knows the counterman, who knows the guy at the car rental place, who knows fucking everybody. But I just don't see it. I don't see it being beneficial for Dana White to fix a fucking fight. Gary, go ahead.
Yeah, just to like play devil's advocate. I mean, I think they're well, for starters, I don't think that they fix a high rate of fights, especially at the highest level. I think most fixing goes on at the like just below the UFC level, not like Bellator, but like in the regionals, like LFA and stuff. I think that's where you would see a lot of it. Um, Especially like with guys that like let's just say their career, it doesn't look like they're going to get a UFC contract, right? Um, but I think the UFC has like a tremendous incentive to fix fights. One thing that I've been adamant about is I really think that during COVID they kind of peaked United States viewership, and I think they're really struggling to try to find growth outside of the United States right now. So I think they're like that alone is an incentive to try to fix fights or like one thing I think they 100% do, and it's undebatable, is I think they definitely know the matchmaking better than anyone in the world. Like they know their fighters better than anyone in the world, and they 100% set them up.
Gary, so I see that's where I'm going to agree with you. I understand where you say the incentive. I just don't see the value at the risk. But what I will say, and I've said this before, is Dana White has an ace up his sleeve for everybody. He he can get you beat. Dana knows when they want to build a star. So this is how I see. I've called it the Dana White narrative for a long time. Um, if Dana wants to come in and build a fighter, he's going to bring a fighter in, and that fighter's going to get built. There's no way around it. That fighter's going to get fights that favor him, matchups that even guys like us are debating. Dana has no worries. He knows. All right, he's going to beat him. He's going to beat him. Dana's 3 fights ahead sometimes, probably in that war room trying to figure it out. Um, I, I definitely agree with you. My go-to for it doesn't always go Dana's way, and he gets really upset when it doesn't. He really thought Surreal Ghan would beat Francis Ngannou. He really thought when Francis was asking for all that money before his contract that he would send Surreal in there and get that belt. And he was so pissed. He fucking walked out on the event.
Yep. Yeah, I mean I agree with that for sure. And I think too, like not necessarily the UFC itself is involved in, let's just assume there is a certain amount of fixing. I don't think they're involved in the majority of it. I think there's like so many So, like, you look at the history of all sports, like, let's say the NBA, right? There's so many moving players. In the NBA, it's been proven that, like, Tim Donaghy, for example, was, like, betting on fights, fixing them that way. And then you have certain, I guess, backdrop stories that you hear about, and it's like, on their own, they just seem kind of, I don't know, normal, but, like, with some context, it's like, they start to become a little weird. Like stuff like, for example, he still won, but Volkanovski getting tested like the night of the fight. Like you were saying, like people messing with other people. So I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot. And then like to add on to all that, I am a firm believer that they pull lines that are not favorable. Like I really do think if there was something that the UFC could control and does fix, it's pulling fights. Like due to injury or what else. I do think they have that ability, and I don't think it's every time, but it seems like every single card there is a lockdown bet, and it starts to slide, everyone's on it, and then guy's injured. Spivak was an example that slid like really hard, and then they reopened it at that extended line months later down the road.
So I don't, man, and we are playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, and I feel like I'm being a company man. But for me, I see that as the bookie. It's easy for the bookie to walk a guy 50 grand to cancel a bet. It's easy. It's
Bro, I can
fucking
hear
easy.
Wes right now, bro. Like, I could almost say what he says verbatim, bro. Like, this
The,
is his shit right here,
but
bro.
I'm defending the fact that it's not. It just doesn't make sense that it's the UFC. So, like, okay, hear me out real quick. Like, I won't take long. How do I? Okay, so in organized crime, not that I've ever been involved in organized crime, right? Just I've watched some movies or something. Okay, we'll leave it at that, right? So if you got a group of people who hustle a certain way or do certain crimes or do certain things, but everybody's getting money and everybody's doing well, right? And then each of those guys starts to get a crew, right? And then everybody in the crew starts to make money and starts to do things. But then each guy in the original crew can start to get their own agenda, right? And sometimes they want things to go this way or they want things to go that way. So now they got their own crew to help it go that way. I really view Dana as like the fight boss, meaning like Ali Abdelaziz has a camp of guys. If Ali Abdelaziz wants to fix a fight, Ali Abdelaziz will fix a fight. And do I think that after the fight was fixed, Dana White is like, oh, that was a great fight? No, I think Dana knows immediately. I think Dana knows or figures it out, and I think he has to try to rein it in to keep his company legit. I don't think he can stop it. I don't think he tries to stop it unless it's evident. He allowed betting from with inside the business to go on forever. Bro, it was literally a company fucking memo. I mean, it was a company fucking memo on the letterhead to all the fighters. You and people associated with you cannot bet. Until James Krause, fucking moron of 2022, went on to Ariel bragging how he makes more money betting fights than he does coaching for fights and cornering for fights. It was all fine. So like I don't think Dana's naive to any of it. I don't think he cares. I think he cares if somebody's maybe getting out of hand or if somebody's taking it too far. But I think he just lets it go, man. Like I really do. I just for him, he can keep his hands washed of it, and if he can figure out what a certain group of guys is onto, he can probably even ride that shit sometimes and keep his hands clean. That's not to say he's never done it, but man, he's so fucking hated. Like, God, they would tell on him. I feel like I don't tell on people, and I might tell on Dana on the wrong day. Like, he's such a fucking dick. Like, maybe I'm wrong. All right. Well, I feel like we've beat that one down with a stick pretty good. The what's the last thing I've got here? I know I got one more for us. Oh, man. So, for fucking months, I have been reading about Ali Abdelaziz. The reason I started reading about Ali Abdelaziz is not because Conor McGregor and at the press conference, because I, like most people, went, oh, yeah, he's whatever Conor said. Who cares? And went on. But I looked into Daniel Cormier and his failed test and came across AKA, and Ali is everywhere. Then I look into Ramzan Kadyrov and his involvement in MMA and his recent involvement in MMA, and you cannot avoid Ali Abdelaziz. Um, Yeah, he didn't directly manage all the fighters involved with Kraus, but yeah, just I can't pin that shit on him, but he was everywhere and everything I was looking at. I see this fucker with all these fighters, and then he's over in Russia. I see him taking pictures with questionable people. So I tried to look up, I can't remember to be honest, but I tried to look up something about Ali, and I came across a spot called the Fakra Files. I think it's fakrafiles.com. Right now, they're doing a server switch if they haven't switched back. So you have to go to archive.com and then go to fakra.com. It's FAQRA, Fakra Files, FILES.com. And on the front page, it's an anti-terrorist site against a group called Jamaat al-Faraq. And on the front page is Ali Abdelaziz. So I click it. And when you click it, there are 20 links for full details about Ali Abdelaziz and his life. When Ali Abdelaziz was born in Egypt, little is known about his childhood. I'm actually going to open something up that will only take me a second here. On topic, MMA.com/Ali. Yeah, go there. So that's a timeline that I actually built when I was trying to sort it out. So he was born in Egypt, and then in 1996, he left Egypt and came to the United States and arrived at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado. He posed as an alternate for the Egyptian judo team, but he never competed for them. Eventually, he had never competed to them, but he did get to alternate twice from what I can find during that time. He was then invited to come back to the Olympic Training Center and train, or got himself invited back. And so he went to Egypt, came back right away, and he was living at the Olympic Training Center. But during that whole time, he only trained there 7 times. Ali, he trained under the name Alaa Arab Abdul Aziz. He also signed in under Rab Faraki Abdel Aziz. Separate words, 4 words there. And then he signed as Ali Abdelaziz as well. During this time, Ali traveled the country and started associating with a group called the Muslims of America. The Muslims of America is a group. I could go on for hours. I'm trying to summarize, but they're a group that has communes, basically huge trailer parks throughout the country. And they are Muslims, and they are very anti-American. Um, their earliest plots go back to 1979 under the Jamaat al-Faqra name. They eventually migrated here and opened the front, Muslims of America. So Ali gets in good with these guys. And during that time, he has a girlfriend, and he gets into it with his girlfriend's roommate. And he says that his girlfriend's roommate stole $2,400 from him. So he calls the cops and reports her. I don't know the exact outcome for her. That's not in the records. That's not Ali's records. Everything I am telling you is police records. It's all public. You can go to that website. You can see mugshots, police reports. It's all there. All of this is factually happened. So in retaliation, when Ali took his girlfriend to Egypt to get married, the roommate called the cops and said that Ali had fake IDs with other people's names and social security cards with his pictures on it, and designer clothes far beyond what anybody that lived around there could um, afford, and some jewelry and some other things. So the cops came and they investigated it. And they found exactly what she said they would find. Trying to find his aliases for you because it is absolutely hysterical. It's like a generic ass American name that he had on there. Anyways, so they issue a warrant for his arrest. He's in Egypt at the time. He comes back. He's in and out of jail. During this time, he gets caught stealing Home Depot gift cards, getting them activated, and then trying to spend them, if I understood, and return the stuff for cash or sell the cards to people he knew. Um, so that they could use him. He told people he was sponsored by Home Depot. The other thing I left out is the girlfriend's roommate said that he had got her a stolen credit card, even though she didn't ask for it, or a fake credit card, and it didn't work. So he goes in and out of jail, and during this time, they figure out that he's involved with MOA, and they flip him. He becomes a snitch. I have a full write-up on this with a lot more detail, but they flip him, and he becomes a snitch. The ID was Robert Earl Jones. That he was Robert Earl Jones. So he becomes a snitch for the United States government. He was paid $250,000 a year to snitch, plus expenses, so that he could fly these guys around the country. While he was undercover, he married a 16-year-old girl who gave birth to his son when she was 17 years old. Around this time, the Muslims of America began to figure out that he was snitching. Apparently, he was open about it with some of them and how much money he was making and the things he was doing. So he skipped out, took off. That is the story where you've heard people talk about Noah, and Conor McGregor brought up Noah and his mother Fatima. That is the underage girl that Ali impregnated and left. Ali's admitted to it. It's not speculation. That shit really happened. During that time, Ali started fighting, right? So now he's a snitch. He's in MOA, but maybe on the run. He has started his fighting career. Um, and like, it sounds too spectacular to happen, right? So in 2010, which is not that long ago. Ali had like 3 divorces in the meantime, and I could give you all his personal business. On topic, MMA.com/Ali, ALI. Um, so I think it was in 2010, he was dubbed a double agent for Egypt, and the federal government severed all ties with him. They made the NYPD sever ties with him, um, and they made everything he ever did for them public. That's what they do to you. We all know that. The man's life is almost fucking unbelievable. He was in so much, I guess, danger that he went to a man named Martin Moyer. Moyer. It's Mawyer. I've never heard it said out loud, but I say Moyer. That's how I've been saying it. Um, and he told him everything. There's a book called The Twilight of America, the untold story of Islamic terrorist training camps inside America. That's the title. Ali was in and out of camps. He defended some camps. He wouldn't give details about certain camps. He gave up full details about others. Um, yeah, it's quite a fucking unbelievable story. He went on Mike Tyson and validated that he was living at the Olympic Training Center selling bootleg clothes. Like he had a company called Fat Fashion that him and his cousin and an MOA member had while he was living at the Olympic Training Center. Um, yeah, it's a weird story there. Um, he's it's not believable. Like if it wasn't all documented and if someone just wrote all that and said that Ali had done all this shit, um, it's deep. Like so, MOA had ties to Al Qaeda, and Ali had a plane ticket to the United States of America from Egypt on 9/11, and he did not take it. Facts, real facts. He's super deeply rooted with this group. And this group has had presence recorded in Chechnya. They're in like 10 countries, I think. And I recently found where they have they have surfaced in Chechnya. Um, Kadyrov is an Islamic extremist. That's what he is. Um, it's not far fetched to say that Ali is still playing the same role or same group of terrorists or terrorist ideology, those type of groups, and using the people he knows. Ali knows uh, sultans, he knows presidents, he knows um, world leaders all over the world. He's a fucking MMA manager and former narc for the FBI. Yeah, you guys should go there. You should read what I have. There are some blank years. It's something I'm still working on, um, but it's fucking almost unbelievable. So I'll bring that full circle for the space and say that Ali feeds an ideology that is against things like homosexuality. He feeds his fighters into it. He takes them to visit the. I mean, like you could call Kadyrov a dictator or what you want. He's one of the world's worst terrorists, right? He's a terrorist with land and a certificate that says he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Ali takes his fighters there. He tells them it's the greatest place. He interacts with the dictator. He takes his fighters back. He talks them up. And on the flip side, Jeff Molina just wants to fucking beat Jeff Molina. And I just see a world where like MMA is very charged in a way that a lot of fans may not realize. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm way off kilter, but I don't know. I read a lot of this stuff. I watch a lot of this stuff. MMA is pretty much all I do. I used to watch football and baseball and basketball and keep up on hockey. I knew about fucking tennis, horse racing, boat racing, car racing, and now it's just all MMA. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy and maybe I'm old conspiracy Joe and I spent too much time in the library. Some of you will understand that reference and some of you won't. But yeah, Ali Abdelaziz is not a good person. He portrays himself a certain way, uh, and he's just not. He's always the victim. He's always the good guy. Uh, he's full of shit. I found the last thing I'll say is that I couldn't make sense of it all. Like, they say that not much is known about his childhood except for that he practiced judo with his cousin. His cousin is an Olympian, by the way. I can't remember his name, and I'm not going to make you wait for me to go back and check it. But I wanted to make sense of why, where, how. He came here, went to the Olympic Training Center. It appears to be a total front. There's some evidence that he lied his way into the Olympic Training Center and then stayed there when he had to and otherwise traveled with the Muslims of America. Um, so I just started researching Jamaat al-Faqra. That's the group that the Muslims of America um, the Muslims of America is associated with and said to be a front for. Um, and I just started reading about them and reading anything I could. I found a bunch of stories and Wikipedias, and I was on the Farak files or Fakra files already. And I came across the first um, links to MOA, and involved is last name was Abdulaziz. Um, I'm from the largest Arab area in America, the largest Arab community outside of the Middle East, from what we're told around here. I have lots of Arab friends. I don't have any problem with them, but like I, they are very clever to change the spellings of their names and work around systems. And I have a friend named Hanny, and me and Hanny have had good talks, and it's came up before. And it's just like kind of described to mix people up and kind of just get what you want, right? So the first verified attack involved a man with the last name Abdulaziz. Abdulaziz. Um, it is very recent, and he is from Egypt. He was sent. I'm sorry, he was sent back to Egypt. It is very reasonable that he was a relative of Ali, and that Ali was actually taught this mindset or this belief set from a young age. I have no way to prove that. Everything to this point that I've told you, I have been able to prove factually. Um, at some point, I put some pieces together and said, these are the same last names. Ali has more spellings of his name than you would believe. It goes on and on and on, just respelling his name. His last Abdelaziz. Um, Sometimes he includes a name RAGP in there. Sometimes he'll break up the name. He uses Abram. He fought under Ali. Abram Abdelaziz. It's like on record, he has like 10 aliases and different spellings of his name. It's very reasonable to think that he was literally born, bred, and raised to fake his way into the United States, and become exactly who he became. It's also very reasonable to think that his ego is what got him cashed in. It's said that members of Muslim of America thought he was too flashy and too braggadocious and too full of himself and flaunted his money too much. And then they began to suspect that he could be a snitch or an agent because he had all of this money and no real fights. I mean, he was always like the main event or the co-main event in his few fights that he had, but they were in no name promotions with no name fighters. Yeah. So I don't know. That's all I got on Ali Abdelaziz. That's pretty much all the ranting I have for tonight. I don't know if anybody um
That was crazy.
listen to me ramble there. It's true. It's all very true. It just gets lost in time, Zaza. Like new fans, right? And even if all the fans now found out in 6 years, you have so many new fans and such an influx, and it's just old fucking news, right?
How is he like a manager? Like a really good one at that. He got all the best fighters. Like,
So in Colorado, there is a deep MMA scene, and I can actually tell you that he went to. I can tell you right. Give me a second. So he fought in a promotion. So he met Henry Cejudo. He was a bouncer when he worked at the Olympic Training Center. He was a bouncer at night. He actually got a job as like, I don't know, some bullshit in the club, and then there was a big fight, and he broke the fight up, and the manager made him a bouncer. So Henry and DC used to go to the club and try to get in, and their managers used to try to get in. So that's how Ali met all of them. Then Ali fought on cards under the Battle Quest banner and under the ROF banner, right? And those cards had Tim Means, Benson Henderson, Brandon Thatch, John Dotson, Kathleen Zingano, Kat Zingano, Brandon Schaub, Nate Marquette, Justin Gaethje, Kevin Kroom, Brandon Thatch, Dwayne Ludwig. These people were all on his amateur cards, some of his amateur cards. Some of those people were on his amateur cards. And then he only had a few pro fights. And they were on those cards too. So he met a lot of those people in like 2003, 2004. This is 5 years before he was outed, right? He, at this point, he's making a lot of money to be an informant, and he can pursue his MMA career, and that's what he's doing. Um, he so at some point he was out in New York, and that's a strong community for MOA out there, right? He's out in New York, and he used to go into Henzo Gracie's gym and work for free, clean the floors. I left out Chidi Njokuani. He's known Chitty since way back then too. So he used to go work at the gym for free, right? And they knew that he had done a little bit of managing for some guys on like the amateur scene, and that he had done some promoting in Colorado on the lower end. And he was just like, you know what, dude, for everything you do for me, here's Dana White's phone number. Negotiate my next fight for me. And that was damn. It was Gracie's return. I can't remember what card it was, but it was Gracie's return that went down. And yeah, so like he knew a lot of these people, and then when he got outed by the FBI, he just turned all of his attention to becoming a manager, bro. And he had the money to do it and sit on it and do it. He had connections. He knew people. He's known Cowboy for a long time, a long time. And there's been interviews where I've heard Cowboy say, "Oh yeah, Ali," like just mention how long he's known Ali. And I didn't really put that together until I was doing all of this. But even if you go to like, so you guys might know who Sven is. I can't remember his last name. He's the RFA, LFA, the guy who runs it, Sven something. Anyways, Sven Bean. That's his name, Sven Bean. His original promotion was ROF before he went over to RFA and LFA. So Ali fought for him when he basically had a regional promotion, and then Ali became a manager when he was over by that time Sven was head of LFA, so Ali had contacts there. Like things just fell into place for him really well. But he went 0-2 as an amateur, 1-3 as a pro. He was never less than the co-main event. All four of his pro fights total 9 minutes and 50 seconds. Or all six of his fights, 3 wins, 3 losses, total 9 minutes, 50 seconds. 2 minutes and 7 seconds and 2 wins as an amateur. 4 minutes or 7 minutes and 43 seconds in 4 fights as a pro, 1 win, 3 losses. He never actually made it to the 3 minute marker with anybody. And oddly enough, he fought for ROA, which is the Ring of Fire, which is arguably related to some Islamic beliefs and some other things. So he may have got into a group of fighters that were already involved with MOA and getting their fighters on. What MOA used to do is they would send their members to train anywhere they could get them trained, and then their members would come back and train them. And then they would bring fighters in, like Habib had been brought in, not even realizing it most likely, and trained one of their facilities and trained their members, who then took those what they trained taught him, what he taught them, and went and trained more facilities with it. And then they would help their members get jobs in any security company, any law enforcement, any contract, and then they would build and draw diagrams so that they could just compile intelligence on anything to do with security. And then their members were all trained in high hand-to-hand combat, and that's just like how they operate. It's yeah, they're watched by the FBI. It's all really happened. It's Ali literally parlayed a tattletale career into maybe the most successful MMA management career of all time. But no matter what anybody says to me, some people will argue that Khabib is not Islamic, he's not extreme. I don't know if you know the restrictions he puts on his wife. He seems a little extreme. Um, I don't know if know of the restrictions he has in camp with haircuts and things like that. He is a little extreme. So Ali fits right in with him. Kadyrov, his group of people, Ali fits right in with him. And that's, you guys may not think so, but that's bigger than Dana White in MMA. When you're talking about Kadyrov, Ali, and the fighters he controls, aka his affiliation there, I say bigger than Dana White. I mean, like in the ability to fix a fight. God, just on topics we were talking earlier, Ali could fix a fight without trying very hard. I assure you, without trying very hard. He could fix probably the majority of a card without trying very hard. He is, and I wouldn't put it past him. It is what it is. Anyway, I babbled and then rebabbled. I thank you for rising me back up there, Zaza Betts. Yeah, that's all I got.
Got you. Got you.
That's all I got. Anybody got anything MMA they want to talk? We're gonna cut it real early tonight.
I got a question real quick.
Yeah, what you got?
Who do you think Iya Taporia should face Brian Ortega, or I forgot the second person.
Yeah, I forgot the second person when I tried to tell my buddy earlier too. So I guess it's Brian Ortega.
Right?
Man, I'd like to dig into next week's card. I just don't want to fucking get ahead, to be honest. Yeah, so here's one for you. I try to have a closing topic. I try to stay MMA related, or at least sports related. Um, so this is going to seem like I'm going off kilter before we leave, but it is sports related. Have any of you ever seen Lord of War with Nicolas Cage? Pretty good movie. He's an arms dealer. Fucking nobody, not a.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, yeah. Lord of War or something like that.
Yeah, you ever
And then
seen that?
they just released that dude, the real dude, like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Bro, you are really random, my man.
no, so bro, have you ever seen War Dogs?
No.
So War Dogs is about these two young guys that become arms dealer and then get the runaround from this Russian arms dealer, right? And he's a legend, and he's at the end of the movie. Um, both of those characters are based on a guy named Victor Bout. There's also movies called The Merchant of Death, Victor Bout, and The Notorious Mr. Bout. Essentially, Andrew, at the end of the movie, Nicolas Cage is arrested for selling helicopters and planes and tanks and all this shit. And he tells him, I'm not afraid. I'm not worried about it. Pretty soon, someone that outranks you is going to walk in here and walk me out of here. And it happens, right? Well, this character is inspired by Victor Bout, and there's movies about this guy. He is literally the biggest fucking arms dealer in world history, right? Yeah, we gave that dude up for Brittany Griner.
That's what you were circling back to?
Yeah, bro,
Are
we
you
gave
fucking
that
kidding
dude
me,
up for
bro?
Brittany fucking Griner. Are
Oh,
you kidding me? Like, come the fuck on.
He's
bro,
not a
you had
bad
to
guy
get
though.
political with the shit, man.
Bro, I don't care about that. How is that an even trade? She plays basketball. What the fuck? This guy is the world's biggest arms dealer, huge threat to the United States and several other world governments. Yeah, all right, you can have him back. Give us the basketball player. Bro, we fucking suck at negotiating. That's all I'm saying. We better
Bro,
got some
I'm
shit on the
watching
back end.
Vegas get their fucking shit pounded right now, okay? And you're talking about Brittany Griner.
Are you losing money?
No,
Well, then what do
but
you care?
because we're in first place and I'm trying to hold on to it, man.
What is
There's
that hockey?
8 games left before the
Yeah.
playoffs.
And you're in first place?
Yeah, but we're cutting it pretty fucking close right now. It's a good thing the Kings lost.
I don't know nothing about hockey, bro.
Yeah, man. Vegas does hockey, bro. That's what we do.
I mean, Detroit does hockey like fucking crazy. We're called Hockey Town here, but I don't follow that shit no more. I don't do any of that shit no more. Man, that's all I got for tonight. I'm really excited to get into next week's card, but I'm not going to do it now. I appreciate everybody that came in and listened, and I appreciate everybody that spent what is it, almost 2 hours fucking talking about pretty much nothing. I appreciate that too. Fucking yeah, that's all I got. So I'm gonna probably cap it out. I didn't figure any of the regulars would be here, but next week I'm sure we'll be in here. Here before we leave, Andrew, what's the biggest argument in next week? Tell me what it is already.
Oh, for a fight?
Yeah, what's it gonna be?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull up the card really quick because I'm sure I got it. Hold on.
It's gonna
Oh
be.
no, I already know. No, hell no, 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 no,
The
no.
main
It's
event.
good. No, yep, I already know. It's gonna be that fucking Sherman fight, bro. I already know.
Oh.
That is gonna be the fight of the week. I swear to God, dude.
He
It's
got
It
messed up,
always
right?
fucking is, bro.
bro. We always pick the low-level fights of whatever division. It's always like the opening fucking prelim that everyone wants to tape and everyone wants to get super serious about for no reason, man.
Yeah, it's either that one or they're gonna go hard on the what was the women's fight that I was looking at? There's three of them. We're never gonna hear the end of Cynthia Calvillo versus Lupe Godinez when that one starts, bro. Like
Bro, I'm not even really gonna tape that one because
Lupe's
Lupe's
gonna beat
already
her,
at a. Well, she's
but we're
already at
gonna
a
hear
300.
halfway through the week. It's going to be loopy, 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 loopy. Then halfway through the week, we're going to hear someone say, the sub is there. The sub is there for Calvillo. And then the fucking world is going to erupt. Mark my words, bro. There's going to be 700 missed messages when you wake up on Thursday, bro. Anybody wants in that chat group, it's fucking toxically addicting. Like sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You go to bed, you wake up to 72 missed fucking messages.
Oh no, sometimes it's more than that, bro.
Bro,
Maybe
you go
just
to
for me because I'm on the West Coast and you guys are up early, but I'll get to work and I'll check like 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I guess around noon your time, and I've already missed like 200 and something messages, and I'm like, nope, I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, that's MMA. Anybody listening, you want in the group, you fucking send the DM. We'll get you in. But man, you'll probably quit. A lot of us have quit, and then we drag each other back in the group. It's fucking horrible. Go to the page at On Topic MMA. Click the top tweet. Check out everything in it. Our community sucks right now, but I'd really like to build it. We got a YouTube page and some other shit. Yeah, I mean, it's fucking Twitter space. We hit 400 follows. Did you see that shit?
I did not. No.
Yeah, bro.
Congrats. That's a milestone right there.
It is because we don't do any trains. This page doesn't do a fucking shit ton of posting. It's really just the spaces, bro. It's I felt like it was a milestone, and we did it in under a year. So that's cool. I mean, whatever we did do, I would have been like, we did 337 of them in under a year. Whatever. I don't care. I'd have up to that shit either way. But 400. And then we hit 400 and it was 401. I was like, hell yeah. And then someone unfollowed us and it was 400 again. I was like, man. And then someone followed us and it was 401 again. So I was like, I can go tell Andrew it's 401 now. I've been waiting, bro. Let me
Probably
go look.
everyone in their burner accounts.
Yeah, I know. Fucking I
I,
can't even understand the burner accounts, bro. I
I
don't
don't
get it.
have a burner account. I don't. Yeah, I'm good.
Me either.
This
Like,
this is my burner account.
yeah. So the page that everybody knows as the page is my burner account. It's not really a burner account. I don't fucking get it. Um, man, you looked at any of the man. I want to talk that card so bad. Chiesa's off the card, and I'm really pissed.
Yeah, don't fucking remind me. All right.
I'm fucking pissed, bro. I'm pissed. So
Bro, I put in a bet the night before. I'm like, dude, minus 173 before it goes up. And then, yeah, I bet it. And then Dravi hit me up like a couple hours later and was like, dude, it's already at minus 200. And I'm like, holy shit.
I am probably betting that Amorium chick that everybody's hot on.
Oh, dude, she's like minus 300 almost, dude. No way.
Yeah, opening minus whatever parlay busters. You might be right. The motherfuckers be busting parlays.
No.
Hey, man, the guy that won the fight against Derek Minner's fighting.
Yeah, he's fighting Garcia.
Yeah,
That should be a good fight, man.
yeah, but if this one looks like a rig, I got some questions. I don't care. How many people?
It's shit like that fight, like when Minner went down with the leg injury, and then obviously a shitload of people made money off that fight because we saw that line like skyrocket. It's times like that where I'm just like, man, can't someone leak that shit on Twitter and get me that shit? I would
Facts.
have heard that shit. Yeah, bro.
The crib, the mortgage.
Yeah, man.
But I got a quick question. Is it true Kevin Gaslam's been training in that fighters performance gym, something like that?
The Performance Institute?
Yeah, that place.
Yeah, I'm sure he has. But how is so Calvin Gastelum and Chris Curtis?
Yeah. Why you sound confused?
Right? I'm confused now.
He
Like,
sounds like perplexed, and I'm like,
yeah,
why?
I'm perplexed too. I mean, it's a pick'em. It's
It's just
even.
hard to judge. I mean, I think that's what he's trying to get at. It's hard to judge because we haven't seen Kelvin fight.
Nah, bro. You want the lock? You want the lock?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I feel
Over,
like anytime someone says lock nowadays, it's usually not.
bro, that fight goes over 1.5 guaranteed. I guarantee you that fight goes over 1.5.
Yeah, Dravi actually likes the over in that one too, man.
I didn't see that. I fucking guarantee you that fight goes over.
Man, I mean it makes. Yeah, dude, that over. Yeah, the more I think about it, it makes sense. I'm gonna look into it though.
No, I agree with you. I think that fight could go the distance because, like you said, they both like kind of counter. They sit back and wait.
Yeah, that one. As soon as I look at it, that's going the distance. My perplexity was trying to figure out will that go the distance because betting that one, Chris Curtis to win by decision is probably a good bet, man. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, see, whenever there's a fight where I feel like where let me say this. When I feel like there's an unknown on a fighter, and to me it's Kelvin, because he hasn't fought in a couple years. I don't really know how he's gonna turn out. To me, I'm gonna pass on that, especially if I feel that there's something else in that fight. So if the over makes sense and it sounds like a good bet, and then I got people in my ear saying it is a good bet, I'd probably feel a little bit more comfortable in that over than betting a fighter side, especially when I feel like it can go either way. That's honestly why I didn't put that bet on Trevin last week, because I'm like, bro, this fight can go either fucking way. And knowing Trevin, I mean, he can easily give the fight away, which he almost goddamn did in that third round. He almost did that shit again. And the minute he got caught in that choke, I'm like, oh shit, here we go again. This is why I didn't fucking bet it.
Bro, in Calvin Gastelum's last 7 fights, right? 6 of them have went to decision.
Yeah,
3 of
he's
them,
been fighting 5 rounders too, huh?
yeah, he's lost 4 decisions,
And then he
lost to
got caught by
submission.
Jack real quick.
Yeah, but he lost 4 decisions and then he's won 2 decisions. Bro, he's been, other than when he got caught to Jack, he has been the distance every fight since May of 2008.
Yeah, he got subbed
Yeah.
by Hermanson that day.
Yeah, and
So then
then,
as long as you're not big on like Chris Curtis knocking him out, yeah.
well, I'm just like looking at, so if you go over to UFC stats, right, and you bring up Calvin Gastelum real quick, he got knocked down by Jared Cannonier, but went to distance, right? He got knocked down 4 times by Izzy, but went to distance. He knocked down. All right, so those are early in his career. Yeah, bro. I think Chris Curtis by decision. I like that pick, and I made it quick. I
So
think.
right now on Bet Online, it's essentially a pick 'em right now. I don't know where you get your 1.5s, but on this fight, it's over 2.5. It's minus 220. So if you take when the prop bets drop, you can take the decision. Just fight goes to a decision at probably 2-1.
So BetMGM Michigan drops over 1.5 the first on all the 3-round fights, and then the 2.5 usually. And then DraftKings, if you wait till Thursday, you can pick half a round, 1 round, 1.5 rounds, the over under on all that shit.
Got you.
So I usually like that one. And the ones I like on, so DraftKings does a lot of lines, and sometimes it's just the way people bet, right? So over 1.5 might not have as good of odds as round 3 starts. Yes. To take the extra 2.5 minutes if you think it's going to get into the third and probably go the distance, but you don't want to take the distance, you can take round 3 starts. Yes. Or round 3 starts. No. and give yourself the extra half a round if you're looking for a finish in the first 2 rounds. So like DraftKings does some cool shit, to be honest. I fucking hate their book and the way it all fucking functions and works and shit compared to some of the other layouts, but they give you lines on fucking everything. I feel bad that you can't get it out in Vegas, bro.
It's bullshit, man.
You don't
Bullshit.
have any book that gives you all that shit, huh? You would
Yeah,
think you're out in fucking Vegas, bro.
DraftKings, you can fucking parlay all those prop bets. I see people picking like shit that you don't even really need to study. Like, I've seen people take like little basketball prop parlays, like so and so scores more than this many points, so and so hits more than this many rebounds. And it's basically just like people's game averages. And then people are winning hella money off of it. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? This isn't fair.
Yep. Yep. It's what kills me is when I come to Vegas, right? Tell me, Las Vegas, bro. Where's the sports book I can walk in and get action on any MMA, anything I want? It don't exist.
Well, I don't, I don't work with the books on the strip, so I don't really know.
But I'm saying anywhere in Vegas, fuck it. If it's not the strip, fine. But like, where in Vegas can I walk into a book and get action on anything I want in an MMA fight? I haven't seen it, bro. I've been in a few of them. It's always very limited action. Like, you can pick the money lines, you can parlay. They might do some over unders on the main, and that's like mission props, but like it's very, very limited. I've never seen any of those extras on the prelim fights out in Vegas either. So like, if you can tell me a book where they do all that shit, I'd like to go there when I'm in Vegas.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. My book is on my phone, so.
That's funny. You live in Vegas. Um, so
Dude, let me tell you something about. So when you live in Vegas, bro, unless you work on the strip, you're not going to the strip, man. There's no fucking reason to go. Like it's just a clusterfuck of people for no reason. Like there's no reason to be down there. You can go out to eat at some fancy restaurant, spend a shitload of money, but as a local, you're not going to do that unless it's like a special occasion. So
no,
unless someone comes into town and says, "Hey, let's go to the strip," I don't ever go to the strip.
the funniest thing about that, bro, is so I don't know how many times I've been to Vegas, right? Like I've been there a bunch. I don't know. I sincerely, I don't know how many times I've been there. So I'm going with somebody that's never been to Vegas, and I want to show them the strip. I know how to function down the freeway, up the freeway, and then the I believe it is the south, north, the west side of the strip where like Colville and all that shit is. And like I use all that to travel. I don't
That's
even
east of the strip.
east. Okay. Yeah, I don't even I use all of that to go all the way down. Like when I'm going downtown, if I'm not taking the freeway, I get off. I go to that side over to those streets, bro, and take it all the way down. Like I've been there enough that I know I fucked the strip. And like we got that International Fight Week group, and like Scott was like, "How many people you think will show?" And this, that, whatever. He was like, "Where do you think everybody's gonna meet?" I'm like, "At our spot." That's real close to the place and not in the middle of the strip. I'm like, and I told him, I said, 'Cause if anybody's in the middle of the strip, I'm not going down there to meet him. That doesn't make any sense. It's a pain in the ass just to get down there and get. It's just a fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, like a massive majority of Vegas locals do not go to the strip unless there's a specific event going on there or you work there. There's no reason to go there because it's tourist prices, bro. It's like it's any other major city in the world. Any local at a major city doesn't go to their downtown to five-star restaurants every single week and eat dinner because it's just obviously not in the budget. It's tourist prices. It's people who come to town to fucking blow their money.
Well, and so all right. So I'm a big steak guy, right? I've eaten at a lot of Vegas steakhouses. I can't even. I swear to you, I can't even fucking name them all, right? I mean, it's more than several. So I've I went to Gallagher's, right? On the strip. It's fucking expensive in Gallagher's. Like, I'm not bitching. I knew. I fucking paid it. Whatever. But I fucking went to Gallagher's. I get a filet anywhere I go. It's not always enough to fill me up, but that's how I judge a steakhouse, right? Dude, you can literally go downtown in 3 different casinos that I've eaten at and go into their steakhouse and pay half of that for a steak that is sincerely twice as good. I do
Yep.
not look forward to the Gallagher's fucking steak. I don't care about it, bro. Me and Scott talk all year about the steakhouse on top of the plaza, the salt grass in the Golden Nugget. You know what I mean? Like, those are the steakhouses we talk about that we can't wait to go back to. So, like, I can't see any of the locals doing, even unless, like you said, unless it's you just want to do the strip to do the strip. I
Yeah.
don't even think the good food is on the strip, bro. Not even if you're paying the money. Like, I guess if you want to go in Bellagio, I'm sure you can find some amazing food for $1 million fucking dollars in the Bellagio. But 90% of the food on the strip is not even the food that I think is good for Vegas.
Yeah, I mean that's how it goes. Even to go out at night, right? So it's like, say you just want to go out and you want to go bar hop or you want to go get fucked up, bro. You're not going to the bars on the strip. You're going downtown to the Fremont area, or you're going to like Town Square or maybe downtown Summerlin. But you're not going to the strip. The only way you're going to the strip at night is if you're going to the nightclubs. If you're going to the
Bro,
nightclubs, okay, you'll probably be on the strip.
so the first time I went to Vegas, I hit the strip and water, a bottle of water was literally like $6, right? And I'm just whatever, but I'm taking it in. I'm like, damn, for fucking water in the desert, these motherfuckers got the hook. Then I go downtown, 2 for $1. I'm
Man,
like,
I'll,
what the
I'll never
fuck?
forget when I was like 25 and I went to my first nightclub. And I ordered I don't even remember. Is it like a fucking whiskey and Coke or some shit? It was $18, bro. I was like, what? Like, is that a joke? 18 fucking dollars, bro.
While I got you in here, I mean, I already kind of ended the space, but haven't dipped out. Hopefully, some of you guys are going to International Fight Week in July. Uh, What's your favorite steakhouse?
I don't really have a favorite one per se because I don't go out to steakhouses very much. But what I will say is, I want to say it's the Four Queens.
Yep,
The Four Queens has a really good steakhouse, and
in the basement.
yeah. And
Yeah.
if I remember, it's not a la carte like most places are. You actually get like a dinner salad and stuff with it. And I think it's fucking delicious, man. I haven't been there in years, but
Well, we're going there. We were already going there. We know the name. Scott knows the name of that place. So
there you go.
we've been to a bunch of them down there, but we haven't been to that one. So we're going there. And then Cade has never been to Texas de Brazil. They don't
Oh,
have
that
them
place
where
is good.
yeah.
Bring
So
your appetite.
yo, bro, you have no idea how much my little body fucking eats. You'd be like, this shit is crazy. How
Yeah,
are you?
you didn't eat though last time.
No, last time I was on fucking cough syrup for 5 days, bro. It was fucking horrible. That shit was awful. I spent my whole trip on fucking Delson. I slept under an air conditioning 2 days before the trip and got myself and woke up sick as fuck, dude. Not lying. And when I say under it, I turned a fucking like a ton and a half air conditioner on, 6 feet above my head, and slept. Yeah, I woke up with a fucking earache, runny nose. It was all bad, bro. So last year I spent my whole trip drinking Delson.
Yikes.
Yeah. So anything will be better than that. Anything will be fucking better than that. So how much shit you interested in doing while we're out there? I'm boring everybody in here, but how much shit you interested in doing? We're gonna hit some shows and shit. You gonna do any of that with us?
Are you talking like the Cirque shows?
So I haven't ever done a Cirque show. I want to do the one in MGM, I think, this year, just because I've never done one. Um, and then we'll probably hit like a club at that point.
You'll hit a what? You said you'll hit a what after?
Comedy club at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been to a bunch of them down there. I don't know. I just try to go to new ones. I've been to, I don't know how many shows I've been to. We go to a show every day that we're there, sometimes 2 a day.
Bro, how much do you spend on your trip? You've got to be spending like 2-3 grand, man.
Uh,
Gotta be. You've got to be at least spending 2 to 3 grand. If you're fucking eating out fancy every night, you're doing shows every day, plus the expo, plus the flight, plus all the fucking weed you buy. Yeah, dude, I'm thinking at least 2 to 3 grand easy.
so, honest to God, me and Scott were just talking about our weed budget. Not lying to you. I swear to God, the discussion we had, it's $100 a piece a day when we're there.
A day?
Yeah.
Bro, you can damn near get a full ounce for that.
No, you get like a half. I smoke.
Depends on where you go.
Yeah, I like Essence. That's
Yeah,
my.
there's a plenty of them. There's one by my house that I go to.
Yeah. So I don't go to the ones on the strip. Yeah, but we figure $75 to $100 a day a piece on weed, right? Probably $200 a piece a day to eat. Then you need fuck off money, expo money,
So it's more
flight
than three.
flight tickets are 600 the each. Um, the room costs us each 700. VIP tickets were 600. Fight tickets are 800. Yeah, we'll probably hit 4 shows, the Hall of Fame, 3, 4, 5 steakhouses. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I go once a year. Who fucking cares?
That's dope, man.
Yeah, I don't. Whatever. My wife's going to Missouri.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
Baseball tournament.
Baseball.
Yeah, my kid's like, he's in a travel team.
Oh, okay. I was like, there's no team in Missouri.
Yeah, it's I don't know, some big tournament out there. I've never been to it because it's on fight week. Yeah, don't judge me. I went to fight week 6 years in a row before he joined that dumbass team that's got a fucking tournament on the same week as fight week every year. That's not my fault, bro.
It falls on the same week. That's funny.
Yeah, every year this fucking tournament is when fight week is. Well, I go to fight week. I don't know what to say. So I take my kids on a vacation later in the summer, bro. We all go someplace together. We have fun. Indoor fucking water park, run a cabin or some shit. I don't know. We do something. Any old fucking way. I think that's it. So no, wait. You didn't say you gonna go to any fucking shows with us?
I might, depending on where you go.
You got any shows you want to do?
Not necessarily, no.
Well, you got like, bro. We're looking for shit we've never done. You ever did Blue Man? We've never done Blue Man. We've been to Vegas like fucking I don't know how many
I
times.
did do Blue Man, and it was actually surprisingly funny.
Funny?
Yeah, like you wouldn't expect it, right?
No, I didn't expect funny at
Yeah,
all.
that's what I'm saying. I didn't expect it at all either, but it actually was kind of funny. I thought it was a good show. It's been, I mean, probably close to a decade since I've been, so I don't know if it's the same or not.
Dude, we went to fucking Chris Angel. That's funny. Bro, that's not even B level production. It was like D level production. He does
Really?
his
That
little
bad?
bro, he does his little floating trick and then he starts flying around the room. You can
Wait,
see
he
the
can
paper
fly?
hanging off of him. Yeah,
He can
like
fly?
pretending he can fly.
Wait, what do you mean pretending? I thought he does magic.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? He has the 2 little fucking invisible cords in the air. It's fucking ridiculous. He basically does some 55-year-old man geriatrics, and You pay for that. Me and Scott were cracking up, dude. Like, we were cracking the fuck up. So, Tape Face is funny. I seen Tape Face twice. You seen him? You there, Andrew?
Sorry, man. That was weird.
What happened?
Man, sometimes my cats make weird noises. Makes me think something's going on.
Looking out the windows right now.
Yeah, I'm like looking out like my back door and shit. Like, is there something going? But I think he's just hyper jumping on chairs and shit.
Bro, listen, Cade needs someone to go to the fight with. You should go.
To the fight with? He can go with you guys.
I don't know. I think he needs someone else to go with. You should go.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know, bro. I'm just trying to get you to go to the fight, fucker.
Bro, I'm not going to the fight.
Go to the fight.
Nah.
All right, if Marin comes out though, you're going to the bar and then going to get steak dinner after the fight, right?
Definitely.
All right, and get Marin to show up.
Bro, I've tried.
He needs to fucking show up.
Bro, I told him. I was like, look, man, just buy your ticket, find a way out here. I got a room for you. You're good. Just bring food money. You're good.
Vinny's not showing up. He can have the fold out couch in my room. I don't give a fuck. Vinny's
Yeah,
not showing up. I'm putting money on it right now. I want him to, but Vinny's not showing up, bro. I'll put money on it right now. VIP went up. It's like $700 or $800 now.
That's wild.
Yeah, and then he's got to buy a fight ticket, and he's like asking me prices. I'm not trying to be an asshole at all, but this is not the type of trip where you ask about prices. This is the type of trip where you just buy the stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I have. You know those autograph posters? Where like so every UFC card, 125 posters get signed. It's
Oh, yeah.
exactly 125. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the ones they sign on embedded and shit.
Yeah, between like me and Scott and my buddy Cody, that's not even a UFC fan, that went one time, and he's got a few of them. We've got like 25 or 30 of those, bro.
Wait, it's like the same one?
No.
Oh.
We've got some with like Khabib on them, and Holly Holmes on them, and Amanda Nunes on them, and pretty much anybody you can think of we have on them posters. Stipe, DC, like we have. Yeah, me and Scott just go out there and buy dumb shit sometimes. I don't know. They were like, these posters, they're mystery. They're $50 a piece or something. I was like, give me 15 of them. I don't know why. I was just like, give me a bunch. That's not what I did. I was like, give me 5. Then I went back to the room and I'm like, these are pretty cool. Let's go get some more. Scott was like, let's go get some more. So we went back and got like 4 or 5 more. And I'm like, man, these ones are pretty cool too. Let's get a couple more. So then we got a couple more. That's how that worked out. So I don't know.
Yeah, once you get me your like itinerary for the week, I'm probably gonna be taking most of that week off. So
Sweet. I'm gonna send you over when we book shows. I'll ask you if you want to go or not, and I'll just get your ticket if you want to go. We'll figure out. I don't know. We'll
yeah,
figure.
so like just send me like what you plan on doing, like on what
Yep.
day, and then I'll kind of like plan around that. And then once I have questions for that stuff, like for the shows and stuff, we can deal with that then.
Fucking A. I'm getting out of here, bro. It's 12:30 here, and we ain't talking about shit. That I can't even believe people are listening to us. That's pretty fucking awesome, actually. But everybody should show up in Vegas. Go to get steak dinner and to UFC 290 in Vegas. It's a good plan. If everybody here shows up and puts $20 in the pot, we might be able to get Andrew to show up to the fight.
Man, you're funny. I'll
I
have it
can't
on
believe,
my TV for free, for $0.00.
bro. I can't believe you don't even go to the fucking. They do watch parties in Vegas. I went to one. It was $100, all you can drink.
Where at?
In the Miracle Mile Mall.
Oh, at PH?
I don't know. It was like a all wood bar, real nice.
Yeah, Miracle. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, Miracle Mile. That's PH. It's playing in
Yeah,
Hollywood.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was in like in the when you're walking the Miracle Mile, the fucking mall, when you're walking through there, it was in that part.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it was like $100, all you can drink. I feel like there was some food involved too, but it sucked and you didn't eat much of it. But yeah, it was like $100. It wasn't bad. They don't do that shit around here. They do. They have like Dave and Buster's, but like, who the fuck wants to sit there? Their food sucks.
Bro, I just wish I knew more people. Because, like, you talk about, like, hosting your thing at your house and you have your friends come over every weekend. Bro, I wish I could do something like that. I don't know enough people in Vegas that actually watch fighting like I do.
That's crazy. We
Yeah.
cook like we cook like a 6 pound tenderloin every week, bro, and watch fights.
See, that sounds amazing.
It is. Me
I
and
would
Scott
be over at your house if I lived there.
me and Scott bought a smoker and went and bought another one the next week so we could do twice as much.
Jeez.
Yeah, a little bit of excess over here. All right, I've said it 15 times, bro. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon.
For sure. Appreciate you guys for
Zaza,
coming out, man. Next Tuesday, we're doing
Zaza,
a
you
full
were there the
breakdown.
whole fucking time, bro. I think Stefferson was here, bro. Fucking Fat Camzat. I don't know if that's a burner account or not, but if it's not, that dude's awesome. He follows all our shit. Will's in the group. Is it? Yeah, it says Will on the thing. Will Beats Books. I thought that was Will's burner account. That's not Will's burner account. That's a different guy.
Yeah, bro.
I
You
learned
didn't
it a
know that?
while ago. I did. I learned it a while ago. But for a minute, I thought that was the other Will's burner account. But that's not. This is a different guy.
Nah.
He's cool too. In the chat anyway.
Dude,
Brits
he's
is cool
sharp,
too.
bro.
Yeah, he don't send me his pics though, so
He's
I'm
sharp.
out.
Hey, just
What
put it
you
in the
got?
group chat. Ask him. He'll answer.
Yeah, I'm just busting balls anyway. I don't bro, I can't bet somebody else's picks. I don't know why. I just can't do it. I should have bought James Krause picks though. That would have been a good look. That would have been a real good look. I don't know. Anyway, if Ali Abdelaziz ever starts selling picks, I'm buying them motherfuckers for sure.
There it is.
I'm out. Take it easy, bro.